Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast, and thank you. I apologize for my absence. We've been hitting it hard. I mean, a lot of live streams, a lot of videos, and you got to step back once in a while and just take a look at the market, and just get a feel for it, and see what's going on. In regards to the thumbnail, I have no idea if there's a sex tape. I don't know. We were I was going for one of the National Enquirer type of things, but if you read the small print, this it tells you right there what we're actually going to be discussing on here, because I think it's very relevant to what's happening right now in the market. And I'm going to start with a chart. And I'm a huge chart guy. That's all that matters is the charts. If you know the charts, you know what's about to happen. Let me put that to rest. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's about to happen. Nobody knows. This goes down to behavioral economics, Homo Economicus. There's a lot of different things, but let's take a look at some of these, because I don't know. I'm on a goal to try to bore people just right out of their minds here. So this is the Bitcoin chart. I'm just looking at the one on Gemini, but anywhere that you go, it's going to be similar. And I have this pretty well blown out. We're set at 30 minutes increments here, but this is what I'm finding fascinating right now. If we go from here, which is the 12th, all the way over to here, which is right this very moment, Bitcoin is absolutely flat. It is 100% flat. Nobody's committing. Now, there are several things that are in play on this that are causing this right now. Of course, the unknown. We don't know what we don't know the rest of the fallout from FTX. We don't know who's next. I know Genesis is on the chopping block right now. If they don't get their $1 billion loan, they're going to be in trouble. And it's just more unknown. There's just too much unknown that is hitting us right now. So money is slowed down. So that gets us into another economic theory called the velocity of money. Now, I've been trying to think of ways to explain this one as easily as I can, and you know what? I'm going to use this. This is the cap, my lens cap. So I'm gonna use this, and we're gonna try to illustrate velocity of money. Would you like to buy this lens cap? That's the question, and I think it's a pretty good illustration. Would you like to buy this lens cap? Sure, yes, no, doesn't really matter. But the problem right now is that you don't know what this is worth. Now, you can go to Amazon, you can go to Google it up, you can look up and probably find an idea of what it's worth. But let's pretend that it doesn't exist on Google or Amazon. This is what I'm selling. You don't know what it's worth. You have no idea what it's worth. It could be worth $1, it could be worth 10 cents. You have no idea. Now, if I sold 100,000 of these, and let's say that the price was $1, you now know that this is worth approximately $1. Now, if you wanted more of them, demand went up, people kept buying, then the price of this is naturally going to go up, because there is a lot of transactions that are occurring around this lens cap. So now you have an idea of what it's worth. Now, taking it back over here to Bitcoin, right now, nobody knows what Bitcoin is worth. Volume has slowed to an absolute crawl. So the people who are holding on to Bitcoin, they're not sure if they should be selling this Bitcoin, because there's not a lot of it being bought or sold right now. They don't know if their assets are overvalued or undervalued. The people who would normally want to buy Bitcoin don't, because nobody's buying right now. So we're not sure if we're getting a good deal or not. That's the very, very, very brief velocity of money example. So as money continues to slow down, the market's going to stagnate. People they can't accurately apply an intrinsic valuation to their assets, because nobody's really buying or selling them. You have nothing to compare it with right now. 7 days, Bitcoin has been absolutely flat, just flat, and it starts to perpetuate after a time. Now, we're going to be waiting for a catalyst here. That's the next thing. That's what this market is waiting for, is going to be a catalyst, either something positive or something negative. If it's something big and negative, Genesis goes down, another central exchange collapse, the price is going down, period. That's it. If it's something exceptionally positive, like the next CPI report takes us from 7.7 to 6.1, that is just incredibly positive. Good catalyst, market's going to go up. Now, where people are getting stuck right now is two other economic theories. Well, it's actually three, but we're just going to stick to two of them. So one of them, and this really, really affects crypto. It's pretty big. It's called Homo Economicus. Now, this is kind of applied loosely to economic models, particularly a lot of economic white papers. So the idea behind Homo Economicus is that man will act rationally. And I'm just going to quote this one. The term Homo economicus, or economic man, is the portrayal of humans as agents who are consistently rational and narrowly self-interested and who pursue their subjectively defined ends optimally. Now, if you've been in crypto for more than about 15 minutes, I think you have a pretty good idea that Homo economicus crypto is not rational. It is very rarely rational. We're more behavioral economics. That's where you see the FOMO, and we get into gift and goods and all those other things. But these are all a factor, and there's a reason that we continue to talk about them here on the podcast, because I think they're critical. I think you should understand who, what, when, where, why, and how. And if you have some of these tools, at least a little bit of it, then it's going to allow you to more accurately apply an intrinsic valuation to your token, or your token, your holdings, your assets, what have you. But I think it's important that you at least be familiar with them. So right now we're seeing velocity of money in full effect. It's right there. When is the last time that you saw Bitcoin that steady? That steady for a good solid week. It's been a nice slow bleed over the last 90 days. It's just kind of been inching its way down there. And now that we found a happy spot between the buyers and the sellers, it is just absolutely flat. Nobody will commit because we don't know. And nobody is going to want to be the first into the wall on this one. They just don't. So there's no big, massive push. Central exchanges are not pushing out the velocity of Bitcoin that they were, even though we know that it wasn't really Bitcoin. It was paper Bitcoin. They were just kind of horsing around with it. But without that velocity that's generated on these central exchanges, it's going to slow down. Nobody knows what it's worth. So we are going to languish till we get a big catalyst, till something really pops out. This is it. This is where we are. Now, this is kind of a farmer's paradise. I've been enjoying it. Obviously, I haven't been going up in value, but I haven't been going down in value. That's kind of what I'm looking for right now, is just something nice and steady that I can increase my tokens, increase my position, and not really drastically affect my overall value. So it kind of works out for me. It's still a positive thing. That's it. So I am sorry on this one, guys. I wanted to get this out. We're going to be discussing this more and more on the live streams, and I'm going to be able to show you a lot more examples. It's wonderful having a good week runoff, so we actually have a nice pool of data. So we got something to compare it with instead of just the wild fluctuations that we usually see in Bitcoin. So for me, it's just absolutely fascinating just watching it happen. I can't say I'm thrilled to be a part of it, but I'm not discouraged to be a part of it either. I'm just like a lot of people right now, waiting, holding, hoping, and seeing what Homo economicus actually plays out. So that's all we got on this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the thumbnail. We will be probably going live today about 1400 Central. Just feel like talking. And yeah, that's it. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money. Scott@thepodcast.com for questions and comments. That's all we got, guys. Cheers.